2015.
There's something in the air that's calling me, something I can't hear nor can I see or touch, but I feel it. The future and the past become entwined. I look around and feel a sense of pride. This nation is yours and mine, and we need it. Together we're moving on into the future. Whoa. Together we're like a tree with deep, strong roots, yeah. Whoa. Together let's plant the seeds and pick the fruits, yeah. So it's you and me in unity, and this is our country. Prepare the way, prepare the way. Yes, we're preparing the way to a better, brighter day. Now prepare the way, prepare the way. Because the people's partnership and the love is here to stay now. Prepare the way, prepare the way. Yes, we're preparing the way to a better, brighter day. Now prepare the way, prepare the way. Because the people partnership and the love is here to stay now. Together we will fight, they can't put out this life. It's 5 more years to go to finish what we start. Come help us clear the path. It's 5 more years to go. With God and country first, oh God bless no man curse. It's 5 more years to go. All this progress is a must to first world nation state. It's 5 more years to go. Yeah. Well,
2015.
There's something in the air that's calling me, something I can't hear nor can I see or touch, but I feel it. The future and the past become entwined. I look around and feel a sense of pride. This nation is yours and mine, and we need it. Together we're moving on into the future. Whoa. Together we're like a tree with deep, strong roots, yeah. Whoa. Together let's plant the seeds and pick the fruits, yeah. So it's you and me in unity, and this is our country. Prepare the way, prepare the way. Yes, we're preparing the way to a better, brighter day. Now prepare the way, prepare the way. Because the people's partnership and the love is here to stay now. Prepare the way, prepare the way. Yes, we're preparing the way to a better, brighter day. Now prepare the way, prepare the way. Because the people partnership and the love is here to stay now. Together we will fight, they can't put out this life. It's 5 more years to go to finish what we start. Come help us clear the path. It's 5 more years to go. With God and country first, oh God bless no man curse. It's 5 more years to go. All this progress is a must to first world nation state. It's 5 more years to go. Cause I say forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, it's you and me together. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, the partnership forever. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, it's you and me together. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, the partnership forever. Prepare the way, prepare the way. Yes, we're preparing the way to a better, brighter day. Now prepare the way, prepare the way. Because the people's partnership and the love is here to stay now. Prepare the way, prepare the way. Yes, we're preparing the way to a better, brighter day. Now prepare the way, prepare the way. Because the people partnership and the love is here to stay now. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, it's you and me together. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, the partnership forever. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, it's you and me together. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, the partnership forever. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, it's you and me together. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, the partnership forever. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, it's you and me together. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, the partnership forever.
Kamla 2015.
The People's Partnership. Boom!
From the hills of Lavanti to the plains of Caroni, we must thank DPP for all they did for we. Captain the partnership did so much for we country. Look around and you will see how they build back TNT. That's why on election day, 7 September, we not vote in CNN, we not vote in PNM, cause if we vote for them, we gon' be in real problems. 5 more years in the partnership, yes, 5 more years. 5 more years in the Prime Minister, 5 more years. 5 more years of us and business, 5 more years. 5 more years of better future, 5 more years. Drop a bunch from me, you voted figure. 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 Rowley, I hear you're lying so much. Then change your name now to Rowley Maharaj. When BNM rule this country, it must think with money. They spend it recklessly and break the economy. They give up to all the hat, first they feel the stupidity. Now election coming back, they try to frighten me. That's why on election day, 7 September, we not vote in PNM, we not vote in PNM, cause if we vote for them, we gon' be in real problems. 5 more years in the partnership, yes, 5 more years. 5 more years in the Prime Minister, 5 more years. 5 more years of us and business, 5 more years. 5 more years of better future, 5 more years. Drop a bunch from me, you voted figure. 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 Go study Dr. Rowley. That man like he going crazy. His power he fighting so. Lying to Trinbago. He bring up the email gate. All the things he fabricated. Hungry for power to be Prime Minister. That's why on election day, 7 September, we not vote in PNM. We not vote in PNM. Cause if we vote for them, we gon' be in real problems. 5 more years in the Prime Minister, 5 more years. 5 more years in the partnership, yes, 5 more years. 5 more years of us and business, 5 more years. 5 more years of better future, 5 more years. Drop a bunch from me, you voted figure. 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 Hey, Rowley, go lick the Obia man, go. It'll lick a drop from me, go. Dr. Rowley was acting wild. He whining on a little child. The raging bull, why not she? The media and the whole world see. That man is a real disgrace. That man is a total waste. Rowley only playing the game. That's why he should break a jail. That's why on election day, 7 September, we not vote in PNM. We not vote in PNM. Cause if we vote for them, we gon' be in real problems. 5 more years in the partnership, yes, 5 more years. 5 more years in the Prime Minister, 5 more years. 5 more years of us and business, 5 more years. 5 more years of better future, 5 more years. Drop a bunch from me, you voted figure. 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 Rowley, mind your mouth, twist like Ramesh, you know I find you lying. Let me. Who you voted for? Who you voted for? Partnership. Who you voted for? Who you voted for? Partnership. Who you voted for? Who you voted for? Partnership. Who you voted for? Who you voted for? Partnership.
24 minutes after the hour of 12 o'clock. Massive go sign. The only political road march for the 2015 general election. I tell you, the big day. Around West Savannah this Saturday. Well, you know yours truly is going to be up there very early to bring you live broadcasts. Yeah, bring you live broadcasts this Saturday. And let me just remind you of the marathon program this Sunday. The marathon program from 12 to 6 p.m. Wow. So mark it down on the calendar and you can tell all and sundry that the Gladiator is going to be on this Sunday in a marathon session from 12 all the way to 6 p.m. Now, you know, before I reach here today, I was listening to TC and Jamil. I was listening to their program, you know. I love the program. Yeah, I love it. I ain't like it. I love it. Yeah. And I feel that some people did not get the information clear. For whatever be the reason, the entire clip was not played, dealing with the Leketo. And I listened to the contribution of Harry Boris. Come on, Harvey Boris, you're my friend. But you sound so pathetic in your attempt to make an excuse or to be an apologist for nonsense. You're my friend. You're my friend, but I do not like your explanation at all. One must be straight and be very acute in the analysis, lest they fall victim to engaging in the paralysis of the analysis. So you know what I want to do? I want to play the entire clip. I did something and I want people to listen to the level of hypocrisy. The level of hypocrisy from the bareback leader. So let me play that clip. Yes, Massive. Tell him it, Massive. So let me play that clip. And before I play that clip, yes, before I play that clip, I want to read a statement by Rowley in the Lower House of Parliament on the 26th of April 2013. Rowley stated, when you are in public life, you are not immune to allegations. In fact, you attract allegations. You cannot help that. It is par for the course. It is part of the vineyard in which we labor. However, how we respond to these allegations is what is going to determine who we are, what we are, and whether, in fact, the allegations have been properly dealt with. Even if the allegations are frivolous, once you hold office, you are duty bound to respond, and to respond effectively and truthfully. Full stop. I'm coming back at that just now. But let me play this clip. Let me play it. I want people to listen very carefully to the level of treachery, to the level of deceit, the level of deceit, the political level of deceit of this reckless leader. Reckless. Bareback leader called Rowley. Listen.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. One of the first things we will do after the 7th of September is to have a tremendous function of the highest quality to honor the service of Patrick Augustus Morgan Manning. I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. The Member of Parliament for San Fernando East up until 3 Wednesdays ago would have ended a tremendous tour of duty to the people of San Fernando East and the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And tonight, one of the first things I want to do here on this ground in Coquet is to say thank you to a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago who served his people well. Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder and Udicup. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
Minutes after the hour of 12 o'clock. We have listened to the fork tongue of this man who feel that people who are listening to his utterance are a bunch of fools. You make reference to Patrick Manning as being the person who put you out of cabinet. And by putting you out of cabinet, Patrick Manning regretted it. You make reference of Leketo. And I listened to my good friend TC and Jamil Ali And let me tell Jamila Ali, boy, every day you are improving. Congratulations. You're withstanding the stormy blast. And your guidance, TC and Aisha Wells, they are the body bags. Train on them, and you will be a successful talk show host. You look very promising. You have the skills. You have the patience, Jamil. It's only a matter of time. But I won't beat up on TC at all because he's a good gentleman. He's a good gentleman. But the clip that he was playing was not in its entirety. Look what I've done here, people. I have played a clip where we're only speaking about Mason Hall and Leketo. Here it is, this man is on a platform to speak about the manifesto or the programs and the policies of the PNM party. But he took a detour, a political detour, to attack Patrick Manning. Not only to attack Patrick Manning, but to tell the mob, the unintelligent mob, look at Patrick Manning's condition today. He regretted putting me out of cabinet. Obia is Obia. Leketo has his reputation when it comes to Obia making pact with the devil, signing seals and what have you, giving people Bigfoot, you name it. And my good friend, Harvey Boris, of all person, who to say and evangelize, I love my country. What you could do is call in and try to make or give excuse, having regards to what Rowley uttered. Harvey Boris, haven't you realized that Patrick Manning have gotten a stroke on January 2013? Haven't you realized that, Harvey Boris? And here you have a leader who lacks morality. And I know why I'm saying he lacks morality. This leader who had sex with a teenage girl is boasting on a platform that the last time the person put him out, that person regretted it. Why make reference to Leketo? Come on, Harvey boys. And to the multitude outside there, the mob. Why you all are trying to make excuse for the inexcusable? The man has a fork tongue. He said one thing here, and then he said something else here. He said that the man regretted it. He talked about the Obia place, the Obia village. And then he's saying that we're going to celebrate his years of service on September the 8th. What kind of games is this man playing? Does he take us for a fool? Let me play it again. Let me play it for you people one more time. You have to listen to it. Hear it for yourself. And stop making excuse. The people outside there are not fools. And why I'm coming on you, Harvey Bowers, you ought to know better than that. I love my country. But I cannot love Obia against an innocent man. I cannot support any person who's boasting that Obia has been fallen on the former leader of the PNM party. And that's why I keep saying that Rowley, that reckless leader of the PNM party, will never see the office of Prime Minister. He's unfit to be Prime Minister of this country. And I know you'll have some of these illiterate ones, these low-life ones. I get so much calls this morning of some low-life. Yes. A low-life only trying to throw talk at Gladiator. Let me thank Tunapuna and the others who enlightened me. They have to stay right there. They will be there, and I will be here. But let me come back to this Lekito. I want people to listen. And what I have done, I have combined the level of hypocrisy. You're praising the man in one level, at one level, but yet at the next level, you're stabbing Patrick Manning in his back. Let's hear it.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Lekito. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Lekito. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. One of the first things we will do after the 7th of September is to have a tremendous function of the highest quality to honor the service of Patrick Augustus Mervyn Manning. I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Lekito. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. The Member of Parliament for San Fernando East up until 3 Wednesdays ago would have ended a tremendous tour of duty to the people of San Fernando East and the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And tonight, one of the first things I want to do here on this ground in Coquille is to say thank you, thank you, thank you to a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago who served his people well. You remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder Hart and UDCOP. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
You mean to tell me that Harvey Boris does not know that he's making reference to Patrick Manning? Why must this man mount a platform and speak about Lekito? Doesn't he know that many people are aware and fully aware that when you speak about Lekito, you're speaking about a village where people just go there to work OB on people? Isn't Harvey Boris aware that today Patrick Manning received a severe stroke? Wait a man. You have to be a rocket scientist to understand what this man is saying on the platform. that all you could do, Harvey Boris, my good friend, is to call on national radio, say you love your country, and say about OBA is a thing of Africa. Why you want to use African thing conveniently? The PNM party spat in your face. You, Harvey Boris, they spat in your face. They spat in Aisha Wells' face. Dumper. Throw her under the vehicle. Under the leadership of Rowley. Under the leadership of a man who had sexual intercourse with a teenage girl. And you're still looking to find an excuse to make this man the prime minister? You're gonna be sick and mad. But I sympathize with my good friend TC. TC is not a politician, so he ought not to get any licks at all. But Harvey Boris, my friend, what do you want? What more explanation do you want? You know the temperament of this man. You know the character of this man. Anybody want to know that Leketo is next to Mason Hall? Anybody wants to know that? Why you people still want to be an apologist? And you have this consummate dance playing they want to what? I'm dealing with you at a certain time. I will deal with you at a particular time. There'll be weeping and gnashing of teeth. When you start to cry, I won't have nobody and tell you, oh God, Gladiator, you're coming on too hard. You're coming on too hard on the person. I'm leaving you lay, belch and vomit and defecate. Yes, you. You know what I'm talking about? Defecate, defecate. At a particular time, I will deal with you. You feel you're bad. I train you, but I didn't give you the keys. Yes, you. People will be calling my phone this morning, disturbing my studies in my library to tell me about this low life, this complete dance, and cannot move to a higher level. Complete dance and encephalus of the highest order. This political encephalus want to contest the Gladiator. This complete dance want to play that you're ready for me? Look, when I deal with you, you're gonna cry, you know, because your files are nasty and stink. But not you today at all. I want to deal with this Leketo. You went by Pigot's Corner and you boasted. You listened to the illiterates because they knew what you were speaking about. They knew what you were speaking about. Why use the term regretted it? You are making reference to the former leader of the PNM party. You are boasting on a platform. Look at the condition. The man is under illness, and you bragging on a platform of what the Jumbie did to Patrick Manning, and you expect me to grant you approval? You expect expect me to join the bandwagon of apologists like I love my country? No. I cannot love my country and condone what you are saying. I cannot do that. I cannot like and support Harvey Boy's position. Harvey Boyce is a seasoned politician. But Harvey Boyce doesn't know what he wants. He wants to toe the line because he wants to be liked by the mob. That's why I just tell people I'm a rebel PNM, because I'm afraid the mob. What else can the mob tell you? I said a low life thing. Live in the bubble and only see within the bubble and cannot even point the finger out to burst the bubble. This man engages in deception. You want to praise this man. You want to praise Patrick Manning. After the 7, what happened? Somebody tell you that you're going to win the election? Somebody fool you and tell you that you're going to win the next general election come next week Monday? It's the same feelings that you had in 1996. During the internal election in 1996. During the election in 1996, the internal election of the PNM party, not satisfied that he was defeated convincingly, you build hate. You build so much hate inside of you. But Patrick Manning is a gentleman. He issued an olive branch on the same day at the convention. If you think I lie, ask Cleveland Raphael. You see, people must know the truth, you know. Must know the truth about you, because all you want to do is engage in a set of deceit. Let me play that clip one more time, and I'm going to go into a statement by the former leader of the PNM party, and this statement will show clearly why you are totally unfit to be this country's next prime minister.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Lekoto. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. One of the first things we will do after the 7th of September is to have a tremendous function of the highest quality to honor the service of Patrick Augustus Morgan Manning. I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Lekoto. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. The the Member of Parliament for San Fernando East up until 3 Wednesdays ago would have ended a tremendous tour of duty to the people of San Fernando East and the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And tonight, one of the first things I want to do here on this ground in Coquet is to say thank you to a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago who served his people well. You remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calderheart and UDCOP. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
And the person that put you out was former Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Prime Minister Patrick Manning. But let me read for the sake of the listening audience. This is a statement made by Patrick Manning in the year 2009. According to Patrick Manning, I have with me here a copy of the Guardian of yesterday. Look at it. This is the front page of the Guardian of yesterday. Now we're speaking about in the year 2009, people. Look at it. There's a photograph of the member for Diego Martin West in full flight. This was Monday. This is a photograph. Examine the picture. What do you see? Question mark. Examine it. Tell me what you see, Mr. Speaker. Look at there. If you cannot see from that distance, I would bring it to you. But I do not want any answers. It is a rhetorical question. Let me tell you what I see. This is Patrick Manning speaking about this hypocrite, this bully. Let's hear what Patrick Manning is saying about this bully. Let me tell you what I see. I see hate. I see bitterness. I see acrimony. I see animosity. I see a man completely out of control. Completely out of control, Mr. Speaker. That is what I see. The problem is not a new problem to me. I was aware of the tendency of the honorable member to go out of control since 1987. Since 1987, the man can't change his ways. He cannot change his behavior. Don't care how much glasses they put on him and they try to paint him up. Rowley cannot change his ways. Patrick Manning continued in the year 2009. That's what he said. Let me tell you something you may not know. Mr. Nello Mitchell was the General Secretary of the PNM. As you know, I was not his favorite. He came to me once and he told me, I can't deal with the senator. At the time, Dr. Senator Rowley, I can't deal with him. His attitude, I cannot take it. So let me deal with you and you deal with him for me. Patrick Manning is saying, he, Rowley, was a deputy political leader of the PNM. This is Nello Mitchell God bless his soul. I have evidence that the member for Diego Martin West understands his problem because I saw efforts to control it. But something happened in 1996. It is from 1996 onward that I noticed an unbridled attitude that will do none of us any good. Something happened to him in 1996. I do not know what it is. This is Patrick Manning on page 15 of the Hansard. You see some of you all playing all pretending. I wonder if Harvey Boy is pretending that he does not know or understand the nature, the uncontrollable nature of this man. This is what Manning has to say about Rowley. The minute you oppose my good friend, he gets very, very angry. And if you oppose him strongly, he becomes a raging bull. Let me read over that part. The minute you oppose my good friend, he gets very, very angry. And if you oppose him strongly, he becomes a raging bull. That is what this government is not prepared to accept. That is what it is. It was. We just were not prepared to accept that. Mr. Speaker, you don't know the trouble I see. But we are Sports News. I'm coming back with more. I'm coming back with more. Minutes after the hour of 1 o'clock. This is the man that they want as the next prime minister. Look at the kind of embarrassment the PNM party have to be faced with. How many of you remember some years ago about the slapping incident? How many of you remember about the slapping incident, the teacup incident in the lower house of parliament? The man reckless. The man is reckless. Let me say good afternoon to Barry Garcia.
Good afternoon, Glady. Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago.
Let me hear Shama again and let me hear Rowley.
I was molested by way of assault and insulting and abusive language by the member for Diego Martin West.
I'm a right-hander. If I am to slap MP Sharma in his face, he will not be pointing on that side of his face.
I was molested by way of assault and insulting and abusive language by the member for Diego Martin West.
I'm a right-hander. If I am to slap MP Sharma in his face, he will not be pointing on that side of his face.
I was molested by way of assault and insulting and abusive language by the member for Digomatin West.
I'm a right-hander. If I am to slap MP Sharma in his face, he will not be pointing on that side of his face.
And that is the man they want and trying to force down our minds to make the next prime minister of this country. How it is you in so much of conflict and bacchanal and wajangism, but I just one person. Let me continue from where I left out. This is Patrick Manning as Prime Minister of the Republic. The minute you oppose my good friend, referring to Rowley, he gets very, very angry. And if you oppose him strongly, he becomes a raging bull. If you oppose him strongly, he becomes a raging bull. But let's hear it. Let's hear from the raging bull.
I was molested by way of assault and insulting and abusive language by the member for Digomatin West.
I'm a right-hander. If I am to slap MP Sharma in his face, he will not be pointing on that side of his face.
I was molested by way of assault and insulting and abusive language by the member for Digomatin West.
I'm a right-hander. If I am to slap MP Sharma in his face, he will not be pointing on that side of his face.
This African leader hasn't any class. The man is not a statesman. After all these years, from since 1980 when you entered into public life, you still don't have any class. That the former leader of the PNM party, Patrick Manning, have to be making pronouncement and to put on the records of the Hansard. The former leader of the PNM party have to place on the Hansard these comments about Rowley. The minute you oppose my good friend, he gets very, very, very angry. And if you oppose him strongly, he becomes a raging bull. That is what this government is not prepared to accept. I own you, Harvey Boris is listening. That is what it was. We just were not prepared to accept that. And Patrick Manning is speaking about a government with people who have class. Mr. Speaker, you don't know the trouble I see. You do not know the trouble I see. I have had to live with that for 12 years. I took it in silence. Oh my God. 12 years and this man ain't changed his ways? For 12 years, man, Rowley? For 12 years, Rowley? 12 years? Patrick Manning on his bending knees telling the speaker trouble I see. I had to live with that for 12 years. But yet you come in to tell people on a platform that we're going to celebrate Patrick Manning's legacy on the 8th of September, as if somebody putting you in there to be the Prime Minister. I took it in silence. I took it in silence. I did not complain to anybody. I took that for 12 years in silence. But last year, I had enough of it. That's a man, that's a leader. Patrick Manning is a leader, a statesman. How long do you expect this man to bear this burden on his shoulder of this Wajangism? Do you know why? Patrick Manning continued. Because a new government was in office. Look at them. Look at them. Many of them are new to politics. I recall Marlon McDonald was right just behind him at the back of the bench. Many of them, including Marlon McDonald, are new to politics. Few of them are in parliament for more than 2 years. To come into a situation where an experienced member is behaving like that, and for some of them to get the impression that that is not the norm in the PNM. It is not the norm in the People's National Movement. It is not the norm. When he cannot have his way, his method is to bully. This is what a leader is lamenting about Rowley. This is what a leader is forewarning the citizens of this country. Patrick Manning is still alive today. Patrick Manning is still alive today. And he's warning this country about Rowley. This reckless man. When he cannot have his way, his method is to bully. One can only imagine if this man becomes Prime Minister tomorrow and trade union people decide to protest against this man. Can't have his way. It won't be like the days where Aisha Wells could call out the Red Army. Not a soul might be able to come out on the streets. Because here it is, this nation is forewarned about a man who gets out of control, can't control his temperament. But let me continue of the warning that Patrick Manning have laid down in the scriptures of Parliament. When he cannot have his way, his method is to bully. That is what it is. His method is to bully you. That is what I fought against. That is why his appointment was terminated. We do not tolerate bullying in the secondary school system, and we are not tolerating bullying in the cabinet. This is what Patrick Manning have to say about the gentleman. We do not tolerate bullying in the secondary school system, and we are not tolerating bullying in the cabinet. We are not tolerating it. If the member for Diego Martin West wishes a cabinet in which bullying is the order of the day, he is going to have to form that cabinet for himself. It ain't gonna happen in this one. It is not going to happen. Barry Garcia, these are the problems a PNM leader has to face for 12 years and more. For 12 years and more. And that man came at Pickett's Corner and talking about Mason Hall, like it was close to Mason Hall. And the last time he was put out of cabinet, the person who put him out regretted it, as though people don't know who he's talking about. The person who put him out was the Prime Minister. Look, I just read it here. His appointment was terminated. Yeah?
There is more to that. There is much more to that situation that Patrick Manning have not told the nation, you know. Much more, you know, about the conversation he and Rowley had and Rowley's behavior at the Prime Minister's office, you know. There's much more, you know, that if he had told the nation what he had to put up with, this nation would hold their head and ball, you know. But notwithstanding that, look what he said in that document. That is for 12 years.
12 years.
And he took it in silence. He took it in silence.
Yes.
And if you go further into that document, he will show you where, whilst they were in opposition and they were dealing with a piece of legislation in the Integrity in Public Life Act, his behavior and where the party had was to give in, just not to end up squabbling among themselves. Go down further into that document. Trinidad and Tobago, citizens of the Republic, all that we are warning you here of, if you fail to take heed, do not bawl when the consequences of your choices take you come September the 8th. You know. Do not bawl, you know, you are being forewarned about this man. And I'm hearing too, I got a text this morning. It is alleged that a close relative of his is offered AG position, and there's squabbling among that right now. But if that is so, remember the beating Patrick Manning took for hiring Hazel?
Yeah.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. You know, when you go across in the Ministry of Education, you'll hear all the technocrats and service people tell you, it's the best Minister of Education they ever work with. They say it's the best. Rowley does not have what it takes to be the leader of Trinidad and Tobago. Look what he did to Amory Brown. Look what he did to Alicia Hospitales. Look what he did to Nailong Hippolyte. Look what he did to Penny Beckers. Look what he have done to Mustafa Ahmed. As a matter of fact, Gladiator, look what he did to the Boynes family.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, also, Gladi, I was told by several of the MPs who weren't chosen that they went and offered themselves to work with the new candidate, and the instructions was that the new candidate and the candidates and them is to stay from them. There's not to be around the campaign. So he's creating a parallel PNM. He's creating a parallel PNM, and he's bringing these set of people inside here. And what is even more brazen? What is even more brazen with the distasteful conduct of this man? You go and pick up Gypsy. You go and pick up Dave Prasad, who 2 weeks before was saying that Kamla is the best thing and that PNM was red, ready, and racist. You go and pick up Gypsy, who after he was screened, give you all the reasons why Kamla Prasad Bissessa is the best person to govern this country, and that the UNC is the best party, and that the PNM is the worst thing out. And as soon as he can get his seat, he sing about Nimakaram. But and you put Gypsy. You're welcoming Gypsy. Come back home, Gypsy. Oh, I'm telling Donna Cox. Oh, I'm telling Young. Today they even get Young a jersey. I'll have until West Jersey to wear. You can't even get a t-shirt. Go walk out. You can't even get a t-shirt, Gladiator. Gladiator, the treatment that is being meted out from Dr. Rowley by several of the stalwarts in the party, it's shameful to even discuss on the radio.
And that is why
the man is only big about he's vindictive to the
Heat. We have some bills to pay. We coming back, people. We coming back.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Lekoto. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. One of the first things we will do after the 7th of September is to have a tremendous function of the highest quality to honor the service of Patrick Augustus Morgan Manning. I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Lekoto. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. The Member of Parliament for San Fernando East up until 3 Wednesdays ago would have ended a tremendous tour of duty to the people of San Fernando East and the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And tonight, one of the first things I want to do here on this ground in Coquille is to say thank you, thank you, thank you to a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago who served his people well. Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder Hart and UDCOP. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
No, Barry, you see the level of hypocrisy
And deceitfulness.
and deceitfulness, man.
And stinkness.
You see the
Level of hypocrisy.
Oh, boy.
But Gladiator, not only that, you know, this man went to Melford's function in Paria Suites
Lord of mercy, man. Go ahead.
and stood up and told the population down there, the attendees, that Manning is his mentor.
And you know, people want to believe in this man, you know. People still want to believe, well, I wouldn't say people, but a few people still want to believe in this man, you know.
And he said Manning is his mentor, eh?
Yeah.
And that if wasn't for Manning, he would have
The
been in a
man,
different
saying,
place.
the man saying one thing about Manning, attacking Manning.
What?
A man who have decided to stay out of the politics for this election. You're still bringing the man in the politics and still attacking the man. And telling people, look, all this what happened to him? He get a stroke. He get a stroke.
But,
Eh?
but the bad
But
part,
you come- you come
but
on
the
the
hard
phone.
part, but the hard part to that, Gladdy, when we finished spoke about Manning in Paria Suites, you'd have sworn that Manning and Rowley was really, really close, and that it was a warm, loving reception. You know, right after that, Rowley was in Skiffer Bunch Panyard telling people that Manning and Hamid Ghani wanted to ram down executive president down the throat, and he stood up against it in the cabinet. You know, when you check the records, Rowley was in the cabinet at that time. He was already out of the cabinet. I mean, where does Rowley go with these lies? Why is he so comfortable lying? Why is he so comfortable lying to people? The man is proving every day that he's extremely unfaithful to the truth. I could understand why James Thomas is a liar too, because when I listened to the recording of James Thomas yesterday, I went and do my research. Like Thomas forgetting that we come out from the University of Woodford Square, so you can't come and give me nothing and we swallow it like tablet or medication. Gladiator, the schools that James Thomas is claiming that Dr. Rowley built was built under Bastille Pandy regime. And it came out of the FENCO agreement that was signed by the previous Minister of Education before Kamla. Kamla was the Minister of Education at the time, and it was before Kamla's time by Augustus Ramrika Singh. It was not a Rowley initiative. And he did not bring the cabinet note. He did not forward the cabinet note to have the school built either. So don't let James Thomas come here and lie to the population. When you go through Carnage, when you go through the Martin West, there is nothing of significance you could put into say that Rowley did for the people of Diego Martin West. Not only that, James Thomas is lying and telling people that Mr. Manning put out Rowley out of cabinet twice. The only time Rowley was dismissed from the cabinet under Patrick Manning was in 2008 for his misconduct for his misconduct. Okay, in an FNGP meeting where Imbot is the one who reported him to Mr. Manning about Rowley's conduct in the FNGP meeting. So don't let them come here, don't let them play the call in the radio station and telling you about you have no moral authority. James Thomas, you have no moral authority to speak because every time you open your mouth, you speak untruths. You're an extremist with the untruths.
Well, I dealt with he and he's just passing letters in a sentence. Okay. We have about 15 minutes going up to the hour of 2 o'clock. Let's take some calls. 622-9154 628-1158 718-874-3860. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
I'd like to just rebut some of your. Now, Dr. Rowley made that statement. The last person put him out if you see what happened to him. He never said the last person, he never said where. And my interpretation of that, the same thing you say at the first time, it falls to me like his money talking about. But then the last person that Dr. Rowley went on an altercation somewhere was the Wali Nagaro. And the last person would have been, if you recall, Jack Warner, when there was an incident with
Caller.
and the
Caller. You know, caller. Hello. No, but you gotta make sense. Yeah, look, I will say,
by talking nonsense, the man talk about cabinet, the man talk about. He saw them, I beg to try to twist the man. But look, let us off the phone.
What is wrong with this?
Consummate dunce.
The man is talking about cabinet. Let me play it again.
I can't get to play it again.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. One of the first things we will do after the 7th of September is to have a tremendous function of the highest quality to honor the service of Patrick Augustus Morgan Manning. I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. The Member of Parliament for San Fernando East up until 3 Wednesdays ago would have ended a tremendous tour of duty to the people of San Fernando East and the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Now I want people to hear the clip coming up here.
And tonight, one of the first things I want to do here on this ground in Coquet is to say thank you to a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago who served his people well. Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder Hart and Utica. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
I was put out of the cabinet.
The person who put me out regretted it. So what are you referring to?
But these people are something else.
Let's tell the people phone, man.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Gladiator and the Barry Day.
Good afternoon, sir.
Barry, I just heard they call that fella Rowley Jr. How he making a mistake with Diwali Nagar and the cabinet?
I can't understand that.
And that boy want to tell Santa Cruz she old and that boy brain young, but he have a little brain, man. That boy have a little brain.
He have no brain.
The program here.
Thank you. The man is talking about cabinet. cabinet, and he was put out of the cabinet because of the cold heart issue.
And the person who put him out regretted it. So who are you referring to? Your consummate dunce.
Good afternoon, caller.
Hi, good afternoon, Gary. I'm Barry and Gladiator.
Good afternoon.
I see that piece of I want to call it witchcraft that they put down on Patrick Manning. Next week, Monday, there will be weeping and mourning of National Street by Baldy House. God will like evil.
Thank you.
Understand?
Yes. Good afternoon. I mean, say you're hearing the man talking about cabinet.
Why that man will call him?
Good. Oh, God, you must ignore these people, Barry. Don't be a sponge for this kind of thing, man. Good afternoon, caller. All right, that person's sticking. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Gladiator, it has some people do not know the difference between past tense and present.
I'm telling you.
They don't, they're ignoramus. And listen, I want to ask a question. Why did Dr. Rowley praise Mr. Manning and was acknowledged in down in Belmont and Pickett's Corner? Why it is that he chose to use the liquor statement there and then went down there and use that statement? Why did he, if he's so concerned about Patrick Manning, he should have done it there?
Yeah. Thank you. He attacked Patrick Manning by Pickett's Corner.
Yeah.
And went on in his constituency.
The player talking nice. What amount of hypocrisy is that?
Of the highest order. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Gladiator.
Yeah.
I want to give Mr. Thomas first place. I want to give Harvey Burry second place, and I want to give that caller just now there third place to be to take the position of big defender.
Afternoon, caller. I mean to say you're hearing the words for yourself.
Remember I was in cabinet?
Yes.
And when I took issue about Udicott and Collar's behavior, I was put out of the cabinet.
The man is saying he was
put me out
of the cabinet.
Of the cabinet, regretted it.
Boy, these people are something.
And no wonder why.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Gladiator.
Yes.
Yesterday I was glad to hear you play the tape from 206 with Chocolate.
I'm more that coming Sunday.
Sunday marathon 12 to 6. Or you'll get the full load.
Yeah. Yes.
Better come like Keto and talk that.
Madam, I just always work with zombies, you know. That kind of like to talk. Don't come wrong me with them kind of talk, you know. Alright. I just deal with Obatala, Ogun and Shango, you know.
Let it go ahead now.
Yeah. I just deal with Ezekiel, you know. Alright, okay. So don't come on with me that because everything you say does return back to you. Good evening. Good afternoon.
Good evening, Gladiator. And the boy Gladiator, like Rowley walked some loco on these CNN people. Why they so stupid? You're playing the thing over and over. They can't understand. Gladiator, we had a ball in El Ticoro Road at Farukan. We PNM. Bye-bye.
Tell it. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, Gladiator.
Yes.
You see that, Mr. Rowley? See, Mr. Rowley? You will put it in volume.
Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, Gladiator.
Yeah.
Gladiator, the word vindictive and arrogance appears also in Mr. Taylor's statement.
And they mentioned, but by the way, I came today to deal with this attorney at law, Faris Alwari. Yes, Bali's house. I came to because, you all want to sue the Newsday. And you all want to sue Peter Taylor. For what you all want to sue them for?
For speaking the truth.
Eh?
For speaking the truth.
And we're only talking about whistleblower policy that they want to introduce.
For speaking the truth.
So this whole whistleblowing thing is
a hoax.
It's a hoax.
It's a hoax.
He stated that they're going to bring legislation to deal with whistleblowers. So then wait, blow whistle on Tom, Dick and Harry.
But don't blow no whistle on me.
But when it comes to Rowley,
don't blow no whistle on me.
Don't blow no whistle on anyone.
Yeah, because I'm untouchable. Somebody, I want to know who died and make Rowley a god.
But it seems so.
Who died and make Rowley a god that nobody can question Rowley?
But I never see more.
How could I understand that? Who died and make you god?
This man acting the role of Adolf Hitler.
I'm telling you, and people ain't opening their eyes, boy. Who died and make you god, boy?
And this
that you could question everybody character, but nobody can question yours.
Yeah, nobody can question you at all.
What? What trouble is this?
And this attorney, Faris
Like he related to the president of North Korea?
This attorney, Faris Alwari / politician, what is he trying to do? Intimidate people with legal action and pre-action protocol letter? Yeah? The news just stated in the Sunday papers, in the Sunday news, they made attempts to get in contact with Rowley. They made attempts to get in contact with Rowley. So wait now, so they must wait to get in contact with Rowley and not publish the article. The press cannot wait at all.
Well, they will move Ashton Ford wife as a director from music for putting on the article.
Look, let me just clear up these lines here. Good afternoon, caller.
Go on, Jed.
Afternoon, caller.
Afternoon, Gladiator.
Yes.
Yeah, man, Barry. Well, quite island, I locked on listening, gentlemen, all the playlist take over and over. And there's the only reason why, even though I have respect for Mr. Patrick Manning, there's the only reason I respected him. After saying all these things with the gentleman in the parliament, yes, so when the 2010 election came up, they put him up for nomination for Diego Martin West. When he had all the opportunities to express...
Blame Gladiator for that.
No. Caller, you gotta blame me for that because in 2010, let me tell people, for those of you who saying that Patrick Manning put him up as Gladiator, I just show how ungrateful Rowley is, you know.
Yeah, but your man's think, boy.
Manning did not want to send up Keith Rowley in for Diego Martin West.
In 2010.
I stood on this radio station. And you had people who attack Rowley on this radio station.
Morning, noon, and night.
In 2010.
Morning, noon, and night.
There's one by the name of Polly.
Yes.
Who attack Rowley on this radio station.
Morning, noon, and night.
You have this dotish, dunce-head woman. Understand? But I don't know, she's not no talk shows at all. She and all attack Rowley and say Rowley trying to bring down the party. You see, they just want to play, they want to attack Gladiator.
Then forgetting,
and they forget their past.
They're forgetting what they used to say and do, you know. I remember that woman.
In 2010, you have PNM people who claim that there's the best PNM like sliced bread. Who claim that there's more PNM activists than Gladiator. They did not want Rowley to go up and they go Martin West, you know. I was the one begging Manning right on this radio station.
And your words was, don't make my job difficult for me.
And then when I said,
do not make my job difficult for me.
You have this dotish religious one who all of a sudden is an archbishop or is a pastor, what have you. No, he's not a bishop, he's a so-called pastor. Yeah. You understand?
A fraudster.
Yeah. And plain telling people, I trying to bring down a black man. I know what I did for Rowley. Gladiator know what I did for Rowley. When Rowley was when he was under pressure, nobody wanted him to go up in Dagoma because he brought down the Manning administration government. He brought down the government, and I met Patrick Manning personally at Barry's house because Patrick Manning said to call me, and I came and I went in the office, and Patrick Manning said, Gladiator, you do not know what you're asking for. And I said, Chief, don't make my job difficult. I said, we cannot go into this election without Rowley. And Manning said, Gladiator, do you know what this man have done to my government? I said, well, Chief, I know what he have done. I know he kind of stubborn, he kind of hot-headed. But bring him on, we must have him. And Manning said, Gladiator, give me a chance, let me think about it. But the Prime Minister had already made up his mind not to send him a Barry. And I begged the man, and Manning is saying, Gladiator, do you know what you asking me to do?
So in other words, no, we living to regret that decision.
I am living to regret it.
Thank you.
And that's why I am the person to tell people that he is unfit to be Prime Minister. Because I played a major role. Not these so-called people, these dunce-head people who claim they want to throw votes for Gladiator. Every morning they get a chance to defecate and show up. Look, I have a special day coming for that person. And when that day come, you're gonna cry because when the public hear of the stench, nastiness, and dirtiness, oh my God!
Our only hope is not about down south.
Hold back all of that. Hold back all of that. They playing they want to attack me. They playing they want to throw words to me. They ain't ready to throw words to me at all. Because I have volumes. I have ton loads.
Here comes the beauty queen.
I told one of them already, don't come among me. Leave me alone. You come on a radio station to do your work. Leave me alone. Or they say my mouth nasty. Leave me alone. Do your work. Let me do my work. Don't let me have to go down Morris Street. Don't let me have to go down Morris Street. Okay. Until this evening from 6. And let me just remind you, this Sunday, marathon, from 12 to 6 p.m. This Sunday on this radio station, we have some bombshells to drop. Until this evening, I'm out of here.